Live again with the general. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We black again. I want y'all to come on in. I know you feeling the heat from the general. You can't explain the ice age. You can't explain what you was doing over here during the ice age. Was you skiing? Was you ice skating? Was you making snowmans? I don't know what y'all was doing over here. But you can't explain the ice age that was in North America. Cold as hell, even down in the South, much colder, during that period than what it is today. This is this is as hot as it has ever been in the last shit hundreds of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, based on science. But you're indigenous. So the ice age thing is a dagger for me. It's a dagger. It's just nothing you could do about that. You gon' dance around that one. You ain't gonna have no because you know that you're lying. At that point, you should know your ass is lying. Just with the ice age is a dagger. Because ain't no way you're going to tell me you're indigenous to an Arctic continent. We got to be real about that. We got to be real about that. We dealing with science. We dealing with science at this time. We're not dealing with philosophy or nothing. See, this is higher. This is, the cosmic code we dealing with. And so you got to defy nature to explain. You got to dance around nature to explain how you are indigenous to an Arctic landmass. He said Frosty. Yeah, the motherfucker over here riding on Rudolph. Yeah, y'all over here riding on Rudolph. You understand? Smoking a blunt with Frosty the Snowman. Yeah, you're out here with your mittens on and your snow boots and shit. But you indigenous. But you're indigenous. Y'all out here having a snowball fight. Motherfucking melon in your skin like you come from the equator, but you indigenous to a goddamn frozen tundra. I don't understand this shit. So that right there is a dagger. And like I say, you could, maybe you are indigenous to North America, but if you is, you a lot like, many of the tribes. But the sun was hot that day. It took one day to create a motherfucker, huh, Ray? Ray keeps saying one day. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take more than a day. It's gonna take a whole lot of days to create a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you gonna have to be on the equator for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's gonna take more than a day. But the thing is that, and it just literally dawned on me, right? Because when I go and you can see niggas, they keep reaching. Well, we got the mound. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn mound, nigga. They got mounds everywhere. I don't know why niggas from America somehow think that a mound is, they personal motherfucking creation. They got mounds every fucking where. You didn't realize that, did you? Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing about no Pangea neither. Because science done already refuted that. You see, science done already refuted that. And they say if it was, goddamn it was so many fucking billions of years ago, it would have been long before man. That the majority of these motherfucking continents been where they at for hundreds of millions of years. Yeah, hundreds of millions of years. Okay? Hundreds of millions of years. Okay? So when and when they talk about continents just floating off, they don't float off. Just like you look at the Great Rift Valley. I was in the Great Rift Valley. What happens is that earth is pulling apart, right? The earth is pulling apart and the earth is sinking, right? And what eventually is going to happen as it sinks and the water going to rush in and going to fill that shit in. That's what happens. You see, that's what happens. That's what happened with Arabia. Just like you see in the Great Rift Valley, as that earth is crumbling and tearing up in there, it did that right there in the Red Sea. And it to the point where the ocean was able to rush in there and it filled them goddamn holes up. That's what happened. Ain't no goddamn continent just floated away. Nigga, do you know how much rock and granite? When you see motherfuckers drill down into the fucking earth, when you drill down, as you get deeper, that shit be granite. It be hard ass rocks and shit. Rock, they have, when they get to digging down there, they be having to use goddamn diamond tips. Then it still be breaking that shit. So when you go deeper, you see that shit is solid in a motherfucker. Ain't no fucking solid rock gonna float away. Stop that, man. Stop that. That's how they know. Because even if something like they keep talking about Atlantis and they keep talking about goddamn Lumerian, when that's, even if it crumble, god damn it, you gonna have piles of fucking granite and all that shit at the bottom of the ocean. They would be able to know if some shit sunk up under the goddamn earth. I mean, under the water. Yeah, like that. Like that. That way it keep tearing up. And eventually, like in Cali, they keep, that shit keep tearing up. What's going to happen is that once they get to where that water can get up in there, it's going to push that shit out of there and it's going to form a lake. It's going to separate one part of California from the other part. But it's not going to float a fucking way. It's not going to float a fucking way, nah. Stop this madness and shit. It wasn't a few thousand, it was a few 100,000. It was a few 100,000. They say, now let's be clear about it. They saying 80 to 90% of humanity's walk on the planet has been in Africa. Let's clear that up. So we know we got to be reasonable when we understand that. 80 to 90% of the time that a verifiable man, because everybody if you was here, you wasn't verifiable. You wasn't doing shit. Where was you? That just like right now. I can say that even when I talk about the Australian, they family, but yeah, and they got some deep science. But when it come to higher science like geometry, engineering, and megalithic structure, just don't have it. I mean, I got to be reasonable. Yeah, I got to be reasonable. You see, so there's nothing there. You could go to islands like Papua New Guinea. They've been over there for a long ass time. You see, they've been over there for a long ass time, but they ain't got no megalithic structures or nothing. You see, they still on a rudimentary level. That don't mean they ain't got no knowledge on herbs. That don't mean they probably could hunt better than any motherfucker on the planet. They probably can retrieve food better than any motherfucker on the planet. I'm not, I still give high praise even to our family that's on a primitive, and primitive don't mean that, you still living basically to the earth, which is still good. It's still science. It's still a sacred science. We're not saying that it's not. But you saying you've been here, and I'm saying, what the hell have you done? Because when you start talking about them Olmecs, that's a Nile Valley blueprint. I'm saying this because you niggas say y'all different from the Africa. You very well may be, but that technology that the Olmecs had is Nile Valley. That's a fact. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So when you flee, I'm asking you, what did you achieve on this continent prior to the European coming? I can go everywhere on the planet. Don't tell me about another fucking mound. Every nation on the planet was in the mound stage. Even when you talk about ancient Egypt, they talk about the primeval mound that rolls up out the water, and the Banu bird sat on that damn mound and crowed, and and yelled out a bird chirp, and that was like the beginning of creation. You see what I'm saying? And so we understand the mound. The mound is even in the Nile Valley before the Egyptian style temples and pyramids of Nubia. They buried their royalty in Tumali, which are mounds. They got mounds in Korea. They got mounds in Japan. They got mounds in China. They got mounds in so y'all niggas keep talking about mounds. But even in them same nations where there are mounds, they still developed out of that stage. Now, you gonna tell me about some things, some Pueblo and some whatever other shit. I'm talking about some shit that you can see that is all inspiring, that just like the pyramid, it's dead. Soon as your ass flying in, you can see the shit from the plane. I don't want you to take me nowhere in no fucking valley, no goddamn Grand, what's that? The Grand Canyon and where a motherfucker got to go and it's not visible. I'm talking about some shit that just like the Washington Monument. You see what I'm saying? You see the Washington Monument? You see that obelisk that's in Washington, D.C.? That's what I'm talking about. Soon as you get to D.C., you can see that motherfucker for miles and miles away. You say, damn. So I don't want you to take me nowhere where it's way off in the woods and way out in a goddamn valley that nobody can see and shit. I'm talking about, boom, they built on flat land temples. I mean, temples. Temples. You go to Greece, they got, I don't know how many temples. Greece was a suburb of the Nile Valley, but they got temples all over, scattered over. You understand? Even if they ain't in pristine form, they still standing. You see, all of these civilizations got something still standing. From BC, early AD, you do not have it. You don't have it. So the motherfuckers was on it, and I'm not even looking at the comments because at this point, I got you. I got you. That's a womb, and I'm gonna put, that's a womb. I already got you with the Ice Age. I got you with that one. I got you with the Ice Age because the science is hard body on that. And motherfucker, I'll wait till winter come and I'll put salt all in your wound. Cause I'll wait till the ice get all the way down south, nigga. I'll wait till them days when that motherfucking snow and that ice hit Texas and all down there, and I'll come right on with this motherfucker. It's like, see? Yeah, Ice Age still here, motherfucker. So where at during, cause in order for a motherfucker to have deep melanin in their skin and woolly hair, motherfucker, you gonna have to be in an environment all year or fucking round. You got to come from the equator. You see, you got to come from the equator. This is not that time. This is not that environment. So I got you with the ice age, and I got you. Matter of fact, you could be here, but you was primitive. You was primitive. You was like our brothers and sisters over there in Australia, walking around, still got science, love you, still love you, walking around with no shoes on your feet, nigga, out there eating roots and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Out there walking around barefooted, living in tree houses and shit. And I love you. That's still the sacred science, but you was in a primitive state because you cannot show me where you evolved to the, especially to them, because you can see when you look at the epicenter of all the ancient civilizations, they right there in proximity to the Nile Valley. Whether you talk about, you got Ethiopia, you got Sudan, you got Egypt, right there. Then from going north, you got Greece and Rome, which ain't nothing but fucking suburbs of the Nile Valley. You got Greece and Rome in proximity to Egypt, Sudan, Nubia, Ethiopia. Then in proximity to Ethiopia, which was Aksum, you got Southern Arabia, the Sabaean. Then you got India, but you got the Indus Valley right across from Southern Arabia. You got the Indus Valley, then you got Southern India. Then from proximity, if you go up into the Persian Gulf, you got Mesopotamia. You see, all of them in proximity, all of them got megalithic structures and shit, this, that, and the third. All this bullshit that y'all talking about, that Egypt is in America and this motherfucker is empty. Let's just be real. It's empty. You got whatever you got is hiding from plain view. It ain't like it's so all inspiring that motherfuckers say, like the pyramids, man, have you been to such and such that in the Grand, and no motherfucking even know about that shit, nigga. Talking about the Grand Canyon. Don't nobody know about that shit. What the hell is you talking about? You got to tell a motherfucker that shit. You ain't got to tell nobody about the pyramid of Khufu. Everybody and their mama in the world know that it's there. They know where to go. You don't have that. Matter of fact, I mean, really, this whole North and South America, outside of right there, Mexico, and then you go down there to Peru, outside of Mexico, and Peru, both North and South America is damn near empty of ancient megalithic structures and civilizations. If you ask these motherfuckers about civilizations in America, they only gonna call Olmec, and sometimes they don't even want to call them Olmec. They say the Maya, the Aztec, and the Inca. That's all they got. The Maya, but it's the Olmec. The Olmec, the Maya, the Aztec, and the Inca. But outside of them areas, North and South America is basically void. And that's a fact. That's a fucking fact. You know why? This was the last frontier. And when you go over there, they don't have that same excuse you niggas have. Because the megalithic structures is there. And as you go into pre-Grecian, Roman, Etruscan, you got them megalithic boulders that's over there, that they done built up all through Europe, where they done took them large ass boulders and shit. They got that over there before the temples, the Grecian or the Roman temples. They got that shit like Stonehenge. You don't have that here. The only place where you have megalithic shit like that is with the Olmec and down there in Peru. All that other shit that y'all find, I don't know. That shit here, I seen that one wall that they talking about that they got down there, and that need to be researched. But that motherfucker hid off in the fucking, and there's nothing else but that wall. So I'm not dismissing that. But that's still, that's feeble compared to all the shit that's feeble. I can't give you that. You're gonna have to give me something more than a wall. Everybody got a wall. Everybody got a wall. Everybody got a mound. You feel what I'm saying? It's hurting out there, ain't it? I'm hurting motherfuckers. Ray got to be in here because I'm hurting motherfuckers today. I'll be right black. If you don't believe me, check me out on Patreon. Get over there. I'm hurting motherfuckers today. And you know I got you. You notice I notice that y'all motherfuckers really don't fuck with me no more. You know why? You know what? Y'all watch Menace to Society with that bald head nigga name? You know when he say, you know you done fucked up, don't you? You know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up, don't you? All right, family. Click that link. Get over there to Patreon. Ray got it in there. It's in the video description. I'll be right black. Boom. Black power. Appreciate you, Ray.